Okay, so I get asked all the time, how much do content creators make? How much can I expect to make as a new content creator earlier in the beginning of my journey? And basically, what I do with these videos is I open up and honestly share not just how much a content creator makes every single month, but how much I profit, right? How much am I taking home? And so what I do is I share these, think of it as like monthly reports on how much I make as a content creator. And then I also share like what you can realistically expect, to make at the end. Just because I've been doing this for 11 years and, I did $381,000 last month. I'm going to kind of break down where that comes from and how I did it and kind of what you should know. But that is, my 11th year of doing this. So you should be asking, what can I realistically expect on year one? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn my do not disturb on, first of all, so that my things don't go through. And then I'm going to switch to sharing my screen. And I'm going to kind of take you through my report on how much I made as a content creator for this month. This is what I made in April. I'm going to kind of show you how I do that. So let me just do this. Okay, so here is my report. So total cash collected in April was $381,000. So that's what we did in top line cash collected. So basically the combined total of all of our orders is from that. All of this is from the digital courses that I create. So I don't sell courses that other people have made. I sell the courses I've created. I think that you make more money that way. My expenses, and this is where other content creators won't be transparent and they won't share honestly. I also share my expenses. So I think a lot of content creators are like, oh, I made XYZ in a month, but they don't share like what that actually looks like and what they took home. And this month was a particularly doozy for me in terms of not taking home very much in comparison to how much I made. So my expenses this month were around $140,000. You can see here that the big bulk of it is from advertising. And then this is my team. But really advertising is doing the big bulk of this pie. My profit was right around 63%. Last month's profit percentage was like 63% as well. I think it was 63.6. So it was almost exactly how much I profited last month, which I thought was really interesting. The final amount I paid myself was a little over almost $250,000. I set aside for this month about $30,000 in taxes to be potentially looked at in May. I'm probably upping that. And then I put here, I had almost $200 going into investments, but there's a little asterisk. We'll talk about what that is. And then I also share as a content creator how much my living expenses are. Again, I'm really, really, really big on the transparency. And so I want you to see, like you'll see as I scroll down, I share like what I spent that money on, because I feel like when I was starting out as a content creator doing all of this entrepreneur stuff, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know. I would have loved to see a report like this. So I just try to basically create the report I would have loved to read. So here's what went well in April. Okay. April was a big month for me because it was the second month in a row of making over $300,000. So a couple months before I was doing around $100,000 a month. Then we had a really big breakthrough and we had our first 300K month. And now we're just, very consistently looking like we're at $300,000 months. I really believe that we're actually rapidly scaling towards being a $10 million company, which is more like, I think it's $800,000 months. So I think that we had a really big breakthrough going from $100,000 to $300,000 months. And I feel very clear on what I need to do to get to $800,000 months. I just have to have literally like time on this earth to do it. And one of the things along with that is that I have really up-leveled my content. So especially my content on Instagram, I've just been putting a lot more effort into it, and not so much time effort as strategically knowing what's going to do really well and then going and doing that. And then surprise, surprise, I've been going viral a lot more. My content's just been doing really well. And it's because I'm really analyzing and auditing what's working. We had some fabulous product launches. And speaking of viral content, one of the things that I launched last month was this viral content template tutorial. So basically what I did is I created 55 content templates basically for Instagram based on the content that I did that went viral. And then I even do like a video training. So each template has the template and tutorial walkthrough. It has a PDF that's included, and then it also has a video training so it's like 55 video trainings where I go through and explain why it went well for me, and then how you can take that piece of content and make it, help you go viral for you in your industry. So on the page here, these are some of my students. All of them got over 1 million views on their stuff. So they went viral too, but they're in totally different industries to me. Like they're not business content creators or Instagram content creators. You have relationship coaches, rodeo athlete, coach, getting you recruited, a nutrition coach, and then a career coach, basically, is what Bernice does. And so I like sharing those examples because it just sort of shows that these content templates work really well, no matter what your industry is. So this launch did super well. I think a lot of people really wanted to hear from me content-wise. I'm going to link to that in the description if you're interested in grabbing it and you have it. It's amazing if I do say so myself, but that's one of the launches that went really well. We had a couple that went well. And then our ads have never been more profitable. Rose has been crushing it in the ads department. We do have a course on our ads. I think a lot of people ask us how we do our ads, and we do have a course on that. I'll link that in the description as well. You can kind of see how we run our ads. And in the course, we give you like all of our ad creatives. We give you like everything, all of our campaigns, all of our audiences. We give you in the ads course everything that you need. And we, like I said, we spend about $80,000 on ads, but that brings in the big chunk of the money. And so it's, for us, it's super worth it. Okay. So yeah, like I said, the business expenses right around 80,000, labor is around 20. Bank charges and fees really went up this month. I'm really getting hammered, but I'm making more money. So it makes sense because I get charged a percentage of what I make. And so it makes sense that I would get, the more money I make, the more fees I have to pay. Subscriptions are pretty much what they always were. Refunds are always really small. I mean, if you're thinking about, we have a $6,000 refund rate, it's refunds out of almost $400,000. That's a really good refund rate. And then insurance is $2,000. So big red amount here. This is my personal life expenses. So I had not properly accounted for taxes. I talked about it a lot on my Instagram. You may have heard I really messed up when it came to tax season. I just, and really honestly, my accountant messed up, my tax strategist messed up, and they didn't set aside enough, but I'm not really big on blaming team members. The buck stops with me, quite literally. And so I messed up. We did not pay enough taxes. I did not pay enough taxes. And so I had to write a big fat whopping check of $120,000 in April, which means that I only set aside $80,000 this month in saving and investment. I'm trying to save for a house. And so I'm saving for a house up in cash. And so I only got to put $80,000 towards my savings this month. It would have been like $200,000, which would have been really nice. But this month, big hit in the tax department. Lesson learned. Now you know not to do that yourself. You can see rent. If you're interested, I'm going to link to this whole PDF, so we don't need to go through every single thing. Things I'm grateful for this month, obviously my personal trainer. And then this thing says household, but what I really bought was this like super expensive vacuum mop combo thing. It was like $1,500, and I've been like wanting that for a really long time, and I finally was able to get that. It was my reward for having my first $300K month. So that's what that was about. And then most important of all, I got to spend hours and hours and hours with my daughter. I'm with her basically full time, but we spent over 100 hours outdoors alone, and we are both, I don't know if you can tell, but we are both super tan. So I wanted to share, I'm just going to turn off the little circle here. That is how much I made as a content creator last month. I wanted to share what we did right and what we did wrong. So two takeaways that you can have for your own business at your level. And first thing that we did right was we kept doing what was working. We had a really, really, really good month in March. So we didn't do what a lot of entrepreneurs do, which is immediately change everything, immediately adjust everything. We just did the exact same thing in April that we had done in March. And no surprise, we had another really great month. And so there used to be this saying in my group, it worked so well, we never did it again. And it's a joke that like entrepreneurs will see success, and then we just won't do the thing and repeat the thing that made us successful in the first place. So your lesson is whenever you have any kind of momentum, any kind of leverage, any kind of positive traction, identify that and just keep doing more of that. So that was the first thing. And then what I really messed up this month was just not setting aside for taxes. It was really painful to write a $120,000 check to the IRS. But at the same time, I'm neutral about it because I'm very grateful to live in America and work in America and have a business in America. And I know that I don't agree with everything that all the taxes, like I think that we sent way too much money to the military, but that's like that's a very side tangent. I'm grateful to be able to just simply write a check and handle it, right? Like we did mess up. We didn't set aside anywhere near enough. It was a big mess up at the end of the season, but I was able to write a check and handle it. And I'm so grateful for that. So I'm going to link to the things that I mentioned down below. And then the last thing that I wanted to share is if you're wondering how I set up a business like this, where I sell so many courses. Like I make all this passive income by selling courses. It's a very hands-off business. I can show you how I do that. Hold on, let me just add my little circle here. You may, or, a lot of my people already are in this, so you may already have this course, but basically what I do is I teach you how I use Instagram to sell courses. So I make and sell courses. I am at the point now where, like I said, I'm doing $400,000 essentially a month, 380 a month, selling courses. And in this course here, I actually teach you how I do that. So I teach you how to create a digital product. It doesn't have to be a course, by the way. Like you can make audios and sell audio files, or you can make like stock videos and sell stock videos. You don't have to sell courses if you don't want to. You can just make money selling audios, for example, if you don't want your face in it. But I basically teach you how I sell digital products all completely on autopilot. So it is work to set up. And you guys know I'm very transparent. It is work to set up. So you are going to have to, work to get it all together. But after that, then it runs pretty decently on autopilot. So I'll link to that down below as well in case you're interested. I get a lot of questions about how the hell do you make, $400,000 as a content creator? And the answer is, well, I make and sell digital courses, digital products. And you can also do like worksheets, by the way, which is kind of cool. Like if you want to make checklists or sell templates, or like the product I launched last month was not even a course. It was just templates, content templates. So really, really love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.